Hardy-Weinberg principle. So what is Hardy-Weinberg law? In a given population, we can find out frequency of occurrence of alleles of a gene or a locus. This frequency is supposed to remain fixed and even remain same through generations. This point is very important. See, frequency is supposed to remain fixed and even remain same through generations. We can explain Hardy-Weinberg law with the help of algebraic equation. Observe Hardy-Weinberg law. It says that allele frequency in a population stable, constant from generation to generation. So there is no change in allele frequency. Allele frequencies in a population remain constant, stable from generation to generation. The gene pool. What is gene pool? Total genes or alleles in a population. The gene pool remains constant. The constant, we call it as genetic equilibrium. So we can consider the number 1. Sum total of all the allelic frequency can be considered 1. Individual frequency. For example, we can name with the letters P and Q. For example, in a diploid, P and Q represent the frequency of allele capital A and allele small a. For example, if we consider tall plant capital T, that population we can represent P square, and another one small t, that population we can represent as Q square. So P square capital T, Q square small t. And heterozygous, if both capital T, small t are present, the product of probability, we call it as PQ, 2PQ. So we'll apply algebraic expression now. What is A plus B whole square? It is A square plus 2AB plus B square. In the same way, P plus Q whole square is P square plus 2PQ plus Q square is equal to 1. When frequency is measured, it differs from expected values. So the difference indicates the extent of evolutionary change. Disturbance in genetic equilibrium or Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium or change of frequency in a population would then be interpreted as resulting in evolution. So what we can consider how Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium is related to evolution. If there is change in frequency, if there is change, then we can interpret as evolution. So 5 factors are known to affect Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. What are those 5 factors? Gene migration or gene flow, genetic drift, mutation, genetic recombination, and natural selection. When migration of a section of population to another place and population occurs, gene frequency changes. Observe, if there is a migration, definitely gene frequency will change. It results in new population, new genes, which is added to new population, and these are lost from old one, which results in evolution. There would be sometimes gene flow. If there is a gene migration, it happens multiple times if the same change occurs by chance. If the gene flow occurs by chance, we call it as genetic drift. Sometimes the change in allele frequency is so different in the new sample of population that they become a different species. See, observe, sometimes what happens, the changes may occur, but the changes in allele frequency is totally different and new sample of population is totally different from an old one. So the original drifted population becomes founders and the effect we call it as founder effect. So Hardy-Weinberg means it is the standard one if there is no migration, no genetic drift, no mutation, no recombination, no
So
selection.
drift is change in the population.
Yes, drift means a change in allele frequency.
So if there is a drift, then it won't obey Hardy's law.
Yeah, it results in evolution. Here,
And that will be called founder effect.
what? Repeat again.
And that will be called founder effect.
Yeah, the original drifted population becomes founders. Therefore, the effect is founder effect only. Genetic drift means, see, observe here, a gene flow. If this gene migration, I mean migration, it happens multiple times. The same change occurs by chance, then we call it as genetic drift. Sometimes what happens, the new species is totally different from old one. Then the virginal population becomes founder. Therefore, it is called founder effect. If there is a small change in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, then we call it as evolution. So any doubts in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium?
No, ma'am.